Hi, I'm John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy with another Global Real Estate School podcast. Welcome to the podcast. My name is John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy, and we are talking about financing terms on our podcast. I think this is episode 084 or 085. I should have looked before I actually started recording the podcast, but we are in the 80s. I know that somewhere, but I want to welcome you to the podcast and say thank you so much. We finished our last podcast talking about an adjustable rate mortgage. So if you didn't get a chance to listen to that, I'd encourage you to do so. But today we're going to talk about negative amortization. And adjustable rate mortgages, I mentioned that there could be what we call a payment cap. And there are several types of mortgages where you can get into what we call negative amortization. Now remember that amortization or an amortized loan fully extinguishes the loan over the life of the loan because you make a payment and you make a certain amount to principal and a certain amount to interest. Remember, when you first start paying your mortgage, the interest is way up here and your principal's way down there. Just a small amount that goes to principal. But over the course of time, the amortization changes. So the principal starts raising up and the interest starts going down. So as you make more and more payments on your property or your mortgage, the loan balance goes down. It's being amortized. And so naturally in the beginning, you pay more towards interest, less towards principal. So think about this. If an amortized loan fully extinguishes the loan over the life of the loan through your mortgage payments, a loan that has negative amortization means you're going the wrong way. I think of that movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles when John Candy was driving the wrong way down the highway, and the people were telling him, "You're going the wrong way." But negative amortization, unfortunately, you're going the wrong way. And so what happens is you have this adjustable rate mortgage, your interest rate goes up, and your new payment's going to be a certain amount, and you put your hand on your forehead and you tell your spouse or significant other that, oh my gosh, how are we going to make this payment? And then the bank says, don't worry, if you just want to make this payment, it's okay because you have a payment cap on your loan. And you say, oh, thank goodness. Well, we'll just make this lower payment. We've got this mortgage payment cap, and I didn't want to make that kind of a payment that they were wanting me to make, but I'll take this lower one. And you make the lower payment. Everybody's happy. The bank's very happy. But you become unhappy when you find out down the road or when you go to pay your loan off or sell your home that you actually now owe more than you had originally borrowed. Why? Because you took the payment cap and it was not enough to fully amortize your loan because it's lower than what you should be making. And so that difference is being tacked on top of your loan balance, and we call that negative amortization. Now, if you just happen to stop by my podcast and you heard this specific podcast, you learned something today that could save you literally thousands of dollars, because you never want to get into a negative amortized situation. And a lot of people, that happens to them. So negative amortization, you are adding interest onto your loan balance and it's going the wrong way. You are not amortizing your loan to pay it off in full. You're tacking money onto the top of the loan balance, and we call that negative amortization. And it literally means you're going to either owe more than you originally borrowed, you're going to lose equity because you're adding money to your loan balance every month, and it's just not a good place to be, and it's not a good situation. So always ask questions. But for the real estate examination, you need to understand the adjustable rate mortgage process, and that if a mortgage payment cap is initiated, it could lead to negative amortization. Another type of loan that we'll look at, and probably look at maybe tomorrow, is called I want to say graduated payment mortgage, and that is exactly what it is. Where your payment graduates up, you could end up in a negative amortization. And I'm kind of wondering if if that's the specific mortgage or not. But I'll look that up and we will talk about it. But just know this for today: negative amortization is not a good thing. Well, thanks for listening to the podcast. Check out our website, globalrealestateschool.com. Doesn't matter what state you are in, we have some great study aids for you. We have practice exams for the national content. We have digital flashcards. I'm hearing from students all over the United States who are using our resources to help them pass the real estate exam. We are approved in Oklahoma, Kansas, South Dakota, and Missouri. So if you need help in those states getting your real estate license, check us out at globalrealestateschool.com. Otherwise, if you are in any other state, I've got great resources to help you out. And I also do live streaming. We'd love for you to join us on our live streaming broadcast. So you can send me an email or go to helpmepasstherealestateexam.com. As always, thanks for listening to the podcast. Negative amortization, it's no good, and you do not want to go there. Just remember that. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thank you for listening to the podcast for Global Real Estate School. I'm John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy. Go out and make it a great day.